Welcome to Direct Credit Funding YouTube page. I am Credit Carl with Jason. How are you, man?
I'm doing amazing, Carl. Thanks for coming back again.
Awesome, man. I brought a guest with us today. Do you know this cat next to you?
I think I brought the guest, Carl. This is Alex. Alex, I'm excited to have you here. Don't be nervous. I was nervous my first couple times here. It feels actually more normal, and I'm doing a lot better today. So I can help you through this. But Alex is one of our vendor specialists, and I brought him in to see if you had any questions from Instagram so far that we could answer. And then I think after that, we're going to talk a little bit about Alex's specialty of vendor relations.
Well, Alex, we appreciate your time here at Direct Credit Funding to join us because I know you're busy doing what you do. But I do have a question. And this isn't from Instagram. We actually didn't get a question last week, but I thought of this based on our last conversation. What does direct credit funding do for me as a vendor, Alex?
Well, as a vendor, direct credit funding is going to get you and your customers better approvals at better rates and with better customer service than a traditional lender will provide. And that's because we apply that dedication, we follow up with our vendors, and keeping them in the loop about exactly where their deals are in our process.
Well, that's incredibly valuable for a vendor. That communication back and forth and letting them know that that you are on top of their deal, that we're holding their hand, we're making sure that every step of the way that they're apprised of the application's been received, that it's going through credit, that it's working its way through our system. If there's bumps, if we need additional information, we're relaying all that information to the vendors. And I know that's something we get compliments from you all the time, that you take so good care of your vendors that they just keep sending you more and more business because they know you're going to be the one to handle their files.
So what Credit Carl's hearing is, Alex, you kind of kick everything in the rear end and get things going for these vendors. So for our audience that maybe vendors are looking to be a vendor, what kind of things do you bring to the table as a vendor specialist, as a relationship manager for a vendor like myself?
That's a great question, Carl. What I bring to the table as a vendor specialist is constant contact and friendly customer service. I'm going to be checking in with you on a regular basis and update you on where your files are at, if docs are going out, what kind of documents we might need from you or the customer. And that entire time, I'm going to be working with you to make this process as smooth and as easy as possible so that we can get our customer funded in, say, a week.
This is interesting because, Jason, we had a conversation. You were saying that your relationship managers are earning the business, which is totally different from a bank. They know that door's going to constantly be open, whether they get approved or not.
Yeah, we've talked about that. Everyone sends their deals to the banks because that's where they expect that they should be going. Versus we're here to prove that we're here to earn your business. Our account executives like Alex want you to know that as a vendor, you're our number one priority. We are here to serve you. We want to make sure you know that you're important to us, that your business is important to us, and we're going to let you know every step of the way how your application is working through our system. Because I think we definitely know we're going to earn their business. We're going to show those vendors every step of the way how we're going to take care of them, take care of their customers, and get their file from application to funding as quickly as possible. But Alex, can you touch base on what some of the program differences are, the things that we offer a vendor? I mean, besides the customer service, what type of things do we offer in the lending space of titled, non-titled application, type of business that we can accept?
Well, as a lender and a broker, we can accept a wide variety of business. We can do titled and non-titled equipment, like you mentioned. There's really not a lot of constraints to what industries you can work in. In fact, we can even work in a lot of industries that traditional banks won't touch. So that gives us an advantage in the market and also allows us to get creative in the types of financing that we offer. We offer things like deferred payments and different ways of creative financing and early payoff that allows your customers to get a better deal.
Right. We have, in fact, right now, we just approved a customer for just under $400,000 for a chip spreader, I believe, something like that. They have annual contracts with the state, and they are annual payments. And so we're doing annual payments for that customer. We have a snowplow business that we just recently approved that they want 6 months off and 6 months on because they only are doing business in the winter. We offer those types of flexible things here. What type of application only limits do we have, Alex?
We can do application only up to $150,000.
What's an application only? I've heard a lot of things. That sounds weird, Alex. What is that?
Well, Carl, application only means that we don't require any additional paperwork once we receive the application. So we can get the project approved, very quickly without any further hiccups.
So I'm going to add a little clarity on that for you, Alex. Application only means that we are not looking to collect financial statements on the business or tax returns on the business. Right now, when you go apply at a bank, you're going to have to provide your personal financial statement, your tax returns. They're going to run a cash flow analysis, and they're going to decide if your business, not only are you going to have excellent credit to qualify at the bank, which that's number one requirement, then they're going to look at your financial statements and decide if you have the cash flow to also make the payments. We are not going to be taking that next step. We are going to look at the credit and say, you know what, it looks like you're a solid citizen, because as we know, most small businesses tend to write off everything in their business. And so at the end of the year, they probably are not going to show a substantial profit to make these large investment purchases. But yet we know from the cash flow that runs through their bank and their personal credit, these people know how to pay their bills. In fact, it'd be weird if they didn't pay their bills. That's the type of customer that we want to give $150 or $200 or $500,000 to, that we can see from their track record in the past, they pay their bills. Yes, they write all their stuff off and they do creative accounting. Great, I don't care. I just want to know that they're going to pay us back. And so we'll make that credit risk and decision off of their personal and business credit history and not look at those tax returns. And that's what we mean by application only. We may request their bank statements to see cash flow, that they have money coming into their account, but we're not going to audit it and determine if they have the bank required cash flow to make those payments.
So those companies that are saying we're cash only, that's where it's important to at least be utilizing your bank account.
There becomes a point in every business. When you start your business, and everyone starts their business at their home in their home office, and they're making $3,000 or $4,000 a month, and half that money comes in cash, I get it. You're going to put that away. You're going to keep that. That's normal. But as your business grows and you get into a $500,000, $1 million, $2 million of income coming into your business, even if half of it's cash, it is not a sound business practice to, quote unquote, put the money under the mattress. Ideally, yes, you should be depositing that money to your bank account. It shows a professionalism in your business, and we're looking to deal with professional businesses that are growing and doing things in an ethical manner.
Credit Carl says, use your bank account, but use direct credit for funding. Alex, I ask all of our guests this question, so I'm going to ask it to you. You see a lot of different machines, and I did not know this. You and I had a conversation off screen about medical devices. But what's one of the coolest things that you've ever funded, or weird, that because you've done some things, man. I've seen your list of sales.
I would probably be a TM Flow medical device. And this is one of those holistic health type of devices that are becoming more and more commonplace. And it's a really cool industry, not only because it's a rare one that we are able to fund, that again, a lot of lenders will not, but also because it opens up the health and wellness field to a more holistic and nature-based area within medical technology. So I would say that's the coolest machine I've had the privilege to fund.
Yeah, I love hearing these stories of the weird different machines. I didn't even know about that. Well, with that being said, Alex, is there anything else you want to know potential vendors that are looking to utilize? Because as Jason has said many times on this podcast, you are family. Once you do a deal with DCF, you're part of the family. We're looking at vehicles. Credit Carl catches himself looking at vehicles like, hey, I wonder if DCF did that. And I'm texting Jason, hey, did you do this? Right. But what would you tell your vendors now that are moving forward, that need a vendor relationship manager like yourself? How can they get in touch with you? What's the best thing that you can do for them right now?
You know, the best thing I can do is set up a welcome call. We can get to know each other a little bit, discuss what your business needs and how mine can help. I can be reached at 801-436-4824. That's my cell number. But our company line is 844-7676. And my email address is alex, ALEX, @directcreditfunding.com.
Well, Alex, we do hope to have you on. I know Jason and I have had fun with you here. Jason, is there anything else you want to tell anyone before we wrap this up?
You know, I really want you to know that Direct Credit Funding cares about you as a vendor and ultimately as a customer and the customers that you place in care with us. And we have the capacity to fund deals that other places can't. You ask what sets us apart, what makes us different? We are different. We've been doing this 27 years, and we fund deals and approve deals every day that other people can't. We get applications every day, calls every day of this customer was declined by these multiple funding sources, and yet we're able to either approve them for what their ask is, or if we can't approve them, we come back with an option and say, you know what, I can't approve you, but I can't get you the full 250, but I can get you 125. Does that work? Yeah, it does. They either come up with the cash difference, they buy a different machine. That's part of the creative solution we offer. We also offer one of the widest range of funding capacities of any of the other funding sources out there. We fund firearms manufacturing, which a lot of people want to get into that space right now. We'll do tanning, we'll do aesthetic, lasers, things like that. We have a huge credit window. We're able to buy A, B, and C credit grades, and we can delve into what an A, B, and C is on a different conversation. But that means that we're going to take credit scores anywhere from 600 plus, and we'll take any time in business customer also. So we just offer a lot wider credit box, or credit window is what we say in our space, than other folks, and we want our vendors to know that we've got a home for them.
Awesome. Well, Credit Carl says thank you both for being on the podcast. You can find us at directcreditfunding.com. You can also find me on Instagram at directcreditfunding. Send me your questions. We want to know. Jason has a million answers that are going to help you streamline your business. And one last time, Jason, what is the phone number that everyone can find you at, reach you guys at?
You can find us at our office number live at 888-844-7676. You can reach us on Instagram, Direct Credit Funding. You can also reach us on YouTube, also Direct Credit Funding.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody.